Buffalo. 31-7 over Denver. So this league takes a while. You know, when Jim Harbaugh, even in college football, got to Michigan, 5 wins to 10 the first year, but it took him like 6 years to get the kind of roster where he could beat an Ohio State or he could play with a Georgia. It takes a while in this league. You only get 7 draft picks. Everybody's got a salary cap. It's taken them a while to get Josh Allen the pieces. Buffalo's got him. First of all, James Cook smells the end zone. 2 excellent tight ends. Excellent offensive coordinator, Joe Brady. 3 very solid wide receivers. You almost forget Amari Cooper's on the team. A top left tackle. I mean, they were amazing on third down, and Denver's got a good defense. They were fantastic yards per pass, over 9. Total yards, almost 500. Dominate time of possession. Again, we all knew, J-Mac and I talked about this Friday, it's going to be a tough place for Bo Nix to win. This is going to be a tough place to win, no question. But it's the way they do it. This is the best version. I mean, and just remember this. Buffalo was not at their best. 5 red zone trips, 1 touchdown. This was like they were missing their off-speed stuff. This wasn't the best version of Buffalo. And, you know, you start watching Detroit and Philadelphia's offense, and we all look at that and we all go, they don't have Superman at quarterback. This thing, I mean, even as good as Kansas City's defense is and as well coached as they are. You remember that game in Week 11, Buffalo, Kansas City? They dropped a 30-burger on Kansas City. And by the way, they did something that's never been done. There's so much diversity in their offense. With Superman at quarterback, 32 rushing touchdowns, 30 passing touchdowns. The quarterback runs. I don't know what the hole is in the offense. I don't know what it is. I can't find it. But, I mean, you know, you noticed something this weekend. I was talking to the guys this morning as we were building the show, and I said, you know, what did Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, you know, kind of have in common? When you start watching the winning quarterbacks over the weekend, Jalen Hurts, movement really matters. Now, you can win if you're Brady or Jared Goff and you got the greatest coach or you got the greatest O-line and run game, but mobility matters. So you're talking about Buffalo's got 3 receivers I like, 2 tight ends I like, a star back, top 3 left tackle, excellent OC, and maybe the first or second best running quarterback in the league, and he's also got maybe the best arm in the league. So I mean, and by the way, both Kansas City and Buffalo lost a star receiver, and with it, a little drama, and got better. I don't want to hear about how valuable star receivers are. I'm watching this league this weekend. You know what's valuable? Derrick Henry. That's Saquon Barkley, James Cook, Stephon Diggs, and Tyreek Hill. And by the way, we're super noisy, not demanding, but there was a little bit of drama in Buffalo, and like the Chiefs, they went, you know what? We're going to try this without drama. They're noticeably better.
Yeah. The Bills now are just, man, they're experienced. They know what they need to do. They play now with such confidence and patience and no angst. Because the way how this game started, they were down 7-0. The Broncos really, I mean, like, it was the first, the first handful of plays of the game, big touchdown, and there was just no panic. There was no panic. I mean, the fact that it was 10-7, it could have been 10-10 going into the half. And again, you're going up against a rookie quarterback in the Denver Broncos, and yet they never changed the way they wanted to play. They never felt, and there was no panic. The offense stayed completely balanced. Josh Allen didn't try to do too much. It was just such composure. There was such an evolution of these individual players, especially Josh Allen's game year to year to year, and it was on full display in this game. It really, really was. They were obviously dominant running the ball, 39 carries for 200 yards. Josh Allen, 20 for 26, 272 yards, 10.5 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns and a 135 rating, 8 carries for 46. And this was awesome too, because I've talked about a lot now. You know, Josh Allen in 7 of his 10 playoff games prior to this one was the leading rusher. And it's like, that's going to be brutal. like as Colin is saying, it's really important to be able to run the ball, having Saquon, Derrick Henry, etc. Joe Mixon, like you need to be able to establish one. Jacobs is the one that kept the Packers in this game, and for against the Eagles. And the reason why the Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders struggled, they couldn't run the ball. And so having a running back that you can just hand the ball off to and they can get positive yardage consistently, it changes everything. Everything. And then you obviously have the heroics, that wild catch and throw on fourth down for the touchdown. I mean, was just wild. It's just interesting to see this team evolve, because even something as little as in the fourth quarter, the Broncos are up big, or excuse me, the Bills are up big. They're winning convincingly. I think they're at this point, they're up by 14, I think. I forget exactly, but they're up. They're obviously in command of the game, and I think it's actually even 21. And now that the Denver offense is getting a little bit of momentum, it's like they had like 4 passes, 4 first downs, 4 chunk plays, and Sean McDermott called a timeout. And it was like, oh, we're not going to let this get too out of control. We're not going to let them now go score a touchdown, now cut the lead down to 14. Now some of the pressure's back on the Bills, because it's not hard to imagine that the Bills now, the Broncos force a punt, and now the Broncos maybe score again. It's like in the blink of an eye, those situations, the game could now be a 7-point game, a 1-point game. And now it's like, man, the Bills really need to convert this third down. They can't punt the ball back. Do the Broncos find something? And no, you just called a timeout. No, let me just stop this. And out of that timeout, immediately tackle for loss. Immediately. And that's the evolution. That's the experience. That's the confidence. That's the maturity. We don't need to burn a timeout, or I don't want to burn a timeout. We're playing the Broncos. We're up big. We don't need to burn a timeout in the fourth quarter with 10 minutes to go. We don't need. It's like, no, we're gonna call a timeout. Let's get everyone resituated. I don't like where things are going right now. Let's just, let's get ahead of this. That's smart. It's smart. It's high level football. It's what you need to do, even in blowouts or close, 14-14 games. So, it's great to see. I do think it's important, though, to not start doing victory laps here. It is the Denver Broncos. Yes, they have a very good defense, but you're right, the time of possession, 40 minutes, they were on the field all day. All day. The Broncos could not sustain a drive. Again, the score was 10-7, should have been 10-10 at half. Is this the most dominant offense in the AFC? I don't know. I think the Ravens have an awesome offense. The Bills obviously have an awesome offense. I think the Chiefs' offense will be significantly better in the playoffs. That's my prediction, especially because they're a bit healthier now. And so the real question to me is can the defense hold their own for the Buffalo Bills? Can they slow down the Baltimore Ravens? Can they slow down the Kansas City Chiefs? That will be the question. And will this offense be able to stay composed, not panicked? If they're 10-7 or 10-10 going into the third quarter against the Chiefs, against the Ravens, can they continue that composure? Can they continue to stick with the game plan that they want to do, that they are confident will work, rather than just kind of, abandon it or fail to meet the moment? Right now, the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen have consistently met the moment. Something that they have not done in the playoffs. So that's what I'm excited to see. Yes, Josh Allen is obviously a beast. He is a true all-time great. 8 for 14 on third down, 2 for 2 on fourth, 8 different receivers. But yeah, 1 for 5 in the red zone. It's hard to imagine, again, that you can beat the Baltimore Ravens or the Kansas City Chiefs and be 1 for 5 in the red zone. It is hard to imagine. So yeah, there's always room for improvement. There's always room for growth. And I always think it's important to look at these games through very grounded eyes. But all in all, still great. And kudos to the Bills. And it's all to the Ravens now. On to the Ravens. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills? Is it the most dominant offense in the AFC? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.